Okay, welcome back. I forgot one thing to mention, very important. Let me pan this down a bit, um, maybe a little bit more. Is the network settings right here where my mouse is. You can go right click network adapters. Um, it's very important, the networking, so you can get a nice effective lab and you can connect to your server from the outside. It needs to say bridged adapter. Just hit OK on that. I think it's a bit better to do this early on. It really doesn't make a difference though. But so from now here, let's go ahead and continue with the installation of CentOS. So we can hit Linux text here. Linux text, it's just a preference. You can go the GUI route. Doesn't matter how you install CentOS, just that you install it. And that you make sure that you don't hit desktop gnome. Really, I don't want any GUI. I don't want distractions. I want us to focus um, on command line. And you'll see that in the production environment tends to be only command line. You don't see any GUI. Alright, we can skip this. And again, I'm not going to explain anything. One thing I will explain is that in order to escape the screen, you'll notice like your mouse will get stuck in the virtual machine. In order to escape, you hit the control key on your right hand side. I remember I got a bit confused when I saw right control. I thought that meant I hold the right arrow and hit the control key at the same time. No, it's just the control key on your right hand side. You hit that to get out of the virtual machine, you click into it to get back in. So, alright, welcome to CentOS. Okay. And again, a lot of this is going to be okay. Yes. Would you like to initialize, erase all that? Yeah. And keep in mind, it's not going to format your computer. It's a virtual environment. So it doesn't affect the real host computer in any way or form. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Review and modify partitioning layout? No, I don't want to review anything, I just want to do it. Would you like to configure your Ethernet network interface? Yeah. So in real production, you'll use static IP. I'm not going to initialize static IP, I'm just going to have it use dynamic IP, which means my router, I have a D-Link router, but whatever router you have, whether it's a Linksys, Netgear, will assign the server an IP address. You'll be able to look that up. I'll show you how to do that. Automatically via DHCP. Yeah. This one, root password. So type in whatever you want. I keep my passwords simple for lab environments. You know, I don't mind someone looking into my labs. I usually use password myself. Okay, this was one of the important parts. You hit the spacebar to uncheck something and the spacebar to check something. Well, that's your check and uncheck button. I guess there's a spacebar. We want to uncheck desktop no. So that's important. Let's hit OK. And have it do its thing. A complete, sure, why not? So I guess this might be the most boring part of this installation. I'll probably like fast forward through this whole part. But essentially that's it. In terms of getting the lab environment ready, you have VirtualBox set up, and as soon as this installation is done, you'll see how Linux is set up. In addition, I guess another part of the pre-lab setup is actually installing asterisk, so that'll be a bit of an interesting video. And for me at least, again, well, no, this is the first time I'm telling you guys. I'm not actually that good with Linux. I'm not a complete novice, but I'm still a good little beginner level, I would say. So, I actually had the hardest time in the world installing asterisk in the first place. So, if you are a novice, I mean, I'll give you a good little beginner perspective of how to install programs in Linux. Okay, and we're ready for the next video. That's installation of Centos complete. See you there.